Singapore 10 forbidden property moves that PR must avoid.
If you are not familiar with Singapore property rules, better listen till the end because Singapore government don't play.
You cannot buy a HDB immediately after getting a PR, but you can apply for a HDB after 3 years, but no BTO.
If you are a PR looking at buying a HDB, do take note that you cannot take HDB loan, only bank loans.
For PR, you cannot rent out the entire HDB flat, but you can rent out your rooms.
PRs, you are not entitled to HIP subsidy. HIP program is mainly for all flats in Singapore that they upgrade the toilets, water pipe, main door, etc. And Singaporeans enjoy up to 95% of subsidy, but not you, PR. So for any PR who is buying a HDB flat, please make sure you check with the owners whether they have received their invoice. Otherwise, you have to pay the full amount.
For PR, unlike Singaporean, you cannot keep your HDB after buying your private residential property.
You are PR now, but you still cannot buy landed in Singapore. You need to apply LDAU for approval to buy a landed property in the Singapore mainland.
Not many of you follow us.
So what are you waiting for? Just follow us lah. We are waiting for you.
And if you got approval to buy a landed, you cannot rent out the entire house unless you apply to LDAU for approval for renting.
If you own a landed or a HDB and you give out a PR, you have to give out everything.
You cannot inherit restricted properties unless you got approval from Singapore Land Authority. Example of restricted properties are landeds and residential with commercial on the first story like this.
You are not allowed to sell the restricted properties in the first 5 years. Even if you are willing to pay the seller's stamp duty, you still cannot sell.